Cool.
Bro, he's always creating debates, bro. It's always Mohammed, bro.
It's actually not, man. I say a simple thing and then I get abused.
You man say I'm the contrary. I'm not, bro. It's Mohammed.
It's actually not, man. You know what I realised? Me having an opinion means I'm a contrarian.
Get out of here, man.
Start the podcast, man.
What's going on, world? Welcome to episode 115 of the Rhymes Like Dimes podcast. With your boys Peter,
Yo.
Mohammed,
Yo.
and myself, Yemi. What we saying, boys?
All good, man. How are you?
Chilling.
Yeah, I'm good. It's been an interesting week.
To say the least.
It's been an interesting week to say the least. This week I found out that I'm a racist and a culture vulture. So that was a revelation for me. But
you got called a culture vulture. Where was the guy from?
So for context, I wrote an article for Trench this week talking about Traplaw Ross. Traplaw Ross, the YouTuber from Bognor Regis.
Where?
Bognor Regis, who makes videos about UK and US music and culture, but he's zeroed in on gang culture within these music scenes, everywhere from Chicago to London to Jacksonville. And he's got a lot of flack for that, especially around the black music scene in the UK. He's called out Central C for being a fake gangster. He called Digga D a demon to DJ Academics' face at Complex Con. So yeah, doing everything in his power to denigrate us. And I basically wrote a piece dressing him down a little bit, you know, saying how much he doesn't represent the culture. And I got a Instagram DM from someone, I won't reveal them, and this is what they said. Calling yourself an editor, who the fuck reads Trench? Keep your racist culture vulture opinions to yourself. You don't own hip-hop, you're not even part of the culture. So I just found it very, very funny.
Was the person white or black?
The person is, I mean, it could be, they're kind of ambiguous, to be honest. White, mixed, yeah. So, interesting one. A lot of people said it could be Traplaw Ross in disguise, but who knows. So, that's been my week. How's your guys' week's been?
I'm recovering from flu.
Your big cage.
Hey, man. Listen, man.
Man can have flu.
Bro, it licks me down once a year. I get sick once a year. Usually around the same time. Usually last quarter. And yeah, man, it's hit me. But yeah, I'm on the mend though, man. We give thanks to God I'm here.
Of course.
So.
Mohammed?
Hey, man, I'm living, chilling. I was about to say billing, but I don't smoke. But hey, man, God is good all the time.
All the time, God is good.
There we go.
Drake's is here as well. Big up Drake.
Drake's as always.
Big up Drake. Big up everybody listening and watching as well. Whatever you're listening and watching, appreciate you always. Boys, before we get into it, it's going to be a review-heavy episode, but before we get into that, what have we been listening to this week?
Just real quick, you don't want to shout out the Massives this week?
The Massives?
Yeah.
I've not shouted out the Massives in a while, have I? You can shout them out if you want to.
Strong on Mohammed, man.
You can shout them out if you want to.
I'm just
Since you want to draw me out. Shout them out.
Why are you thinking
Shout
about
them
the
out
Massives?
Shout them out then. I don't even understand why Massives is a thing. Like, you've heard of like Jungleist Massive, right? And I don't like the fact you always laugh at him. You always encourage him.
We're being childish, man. Let's be childish, man.
Let's not be childish.
Honestly, it was a childish joke. It was actually a very easy joke.
Can we not be childish?
Sometimes you got.
Sometimes.
If you got an easy joke, sometimes
it's not an easy joke.
It wasn't.
No, it's not an easy joke. No, you know what your
reaction.
problem is. You know what you two's problem is. But since we're gonna get into it, you know what your problem is. You'll say something dumb and he'll laugh. That's literally it.
Yeah.
It's not an alley oop. It's not a dumb joke. It's not a dumb thing.
The laughing is the alley-oop sometimes.
No, it's not. Him saying some dumb shit is the alley oop. That will make you laugh.
You know what it is? Sometimes, yeah.
I can say the sky is blue, and he'll be like, hey, and then you'll laugh, bro.
Nah.
It's true. It's true.
I knew what was gonna happen if I said that. I can rely on Peter. Like, if there's one thing I could do is rely on Peter.
Bozos,
We
bro.
take turns though.
Bozos.
Sometimes you two, and then there's me on the side, and then sometimes it's me
It
again.
just depends.
It's almost exclusively you
No.
two.
Nine
that's
times
not
out of
true.
10, I'm the brunt
That's
of the
not
joke.
true.
It's
Nah,
almost
that's a
exclusively
lie.
you.
I'm the
You're
brunt
not a
of the
victim,
joke.
bro.
9 times out of 10, I'm the brunt of the joke.
You're not
You two.
though. You're not
I'm
a
the brunt of
victim.
the joke.
Anyway, shout out all the Massive. You happy? Now, what have you been listening to this week, man?
Hey, let me go back. Let me just check Spotify. Why don't I check who you been listening to, Pete? Because I'm just going to pull it up.
I've been listening to Knucks' new joint. I've been listening to Kofi Stone's new joint. I've been listening to Ceebo's new joint. Those have been the three that I've been kind of honing in on this week, particularly because we're going to be talking about it. So I haven't really had time to listen to anything else, but I'm aware Wale dropped as well. Summer Walker dropped. SAS dropped a new joint. You know what I mean? I think Westside dropped a joint a couple weeks ago. So there's still a lot of albums that I need to get to.
Oscar Peace dropped a new tune as well.
A new tune or a new tape?
New tune.
Yeah, I ain't even heard that, but yeah, man. So that's been me.
I'm saying to you, I guess, because of the reviews. I listened to Kofi heavy this week as well. Getting into it. I listened to Ceebo a lot this week. And then I caught myself listening to Biggie yesterday for like damn near the whole day at work. I'm not sure why. But just sometimes it's needed, I guess, innit? So I was listening to Life After Death heavy, ready to die as well. Which is very scary foretelling, by the way. I don't think people speak about that enough.
It's a perfect album.
No, it is, but words are powerful, man.
For sure.
Like, words are powerful, bro.
Yeah.
So, like, but yeah, I just caught myself heavy Biggie, like, yesterday anyway at work, like, throughout the whole day, just holding into him and try to edit out as much of take that ad-libs I can hear in the background. But other than that, yeah, man, I've been listening to heavy Biggie. What about you, Yemi?
So I've been listening to Ceebo's project, Knucks' project, Kofi Stone's project as well. I was lucky enough to be invited to a listening session by Ceebo ahead of the project dropping, intimate listening session, which is really nice. Mimi was there as well. Big up Mimi.
Big up Mimi.
She's involved in the project, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Outside of that, I listened to a project by a talented UK artist called Dexter in the Newsagent. She's a singer. She's really dope. She dropped a project called Time Flies. Kind of like bedroom pop R&B type flavor. Like if you like Jim Legacy, she was featured in Jim Legacy's project Black British Music. You'll probably like Dexter the Newsagent as well. So big up her.
I mean, I feel like this week has been a gig heavy week for both.
I was just about to ask him about Ruff Sqwad.
Yes.
I was just about to ask him.
Yes, so we're recording this on Saturday the 15th of November, and it has been a mad week. So we saw Clipse live.
We did see Clipse live.
Along with Nee on Wednesday at O2 Kentish Town. And it was amazing.
And they did Virginia.
Oh, they finished with
man.
Virginia, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, they finished with So Far Ahead.
They did So Far Ahead.
So, okay, so they finished, in inverted commas, with Grinding. They left, and then they came back, did Virginia, and then did So Far Ahead and finished.
I've had a stinker this week, bro.
Yeah,
one of
You
my
see Malice, yeah?
my stinkiest of weeks, bro. How do I miss Clipse and Ruff Sqwad in the same week?
You see Malice?
Generational.
Bro, you see Malice? Cold, man.
Bro.
Cold, man. Cold.
Yep.
We smoked at the Simpson trial, and yeah, the chase was wild, but what the fuss about? What? Nah, come on, man.
So yeah, they did Grinding, they did What Happened to That Boy, they started off with Chains and Whips.
Yeah.
They did The Birds Don't Sing, they did FICO, Mike Tyson Blow to the Face. Yeah, they did most of the new album.
So be it.
Ace Trumpets. Yeah, they did it all, man.
What was the demographic of the audience?
It was mixed, but I feel like the most dedicated, like the people that we would always look around and see them bar for bar repeating the lyrics, were the Oyinbos.
Oh, really?
There was an Oyinbo couple that didn't miss a word. Like,
Didn't miss a word.
they didn't miss a word.
What about gender-wise? More men than women?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was definitely more mixed. Like, sorry, I don't mean to.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, when I went 50 or Kendrick, I think it wasn't as mixed as Clipse was, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Clipse was mixed.
Like, Clipse was definitely mixed in terms of the ratio between blacks and whites.
Especially where we were. So we saw like white people, we saw black women, we saw white women. It was very, very mixed.
Couple of Asian
That's
women.
mixed.
Yeah. Whereas normally concerts are full of like Smith Rolls in it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Feel you.
But yeah, no, it was no muss, no fuss. Like, production value was good, very minimal. They kind of they barely even addressed the crowd. It was that, like...
Just raps.
And aura. And them saying, album of the year.
They
a
were
lot of
pushing
time.
that, by the way.
So,
they were
yeah.
pushing that album of the year.
I mean, you would. I mean, listen,
I agree with them.
Grammy-nominated album of the year, not just best rap album. So, that's saying something.
It's in my top 2.
But, yeah, that was a great show.
How was Ruff Sqwad?
Yeah, so yesterday me and Nee went to see Ruff Sqwad. So Ruff Sqwad, basically the legendary grime crew, celebrating 20 years of their seminal mixtape, Guns N' Roses, Volume 1. And this was the 20-year anniversary show at Oslo Hackney. Shout out to the Metal Messiah for curating and organising that.
Watch the way we profile. Nah, come on, man.
And yeah, it was good, man. You know what? It was weird. It was a little weird because...
Why?
So it started at 7:45, right? And the cut-off point was like 10 o'clock. By the time it got to like 10 o'clock, it was still going. By 10:05, the music got locked off, right? But even before that, going in there, Jay Had a Dream, who was the support act, shout out to her. I think she did like a 10-20 minute set. She came off the stage. Within minutes, Ruff Sqwad came on stage, but there was no music in between. It was just like silence. They came on, did their thing. they kind of went away for like 5 minutes, maybe like half an hour in. It felt like an intermission of some kind. No announcement, they just left. And it was a small like stage. It was like a stage upstairs from a club, basically, like a bar. So it wasn't like a traditional, like a O2 Kentish Town, like a traditional concert hall. And they kind of just went away. There was a bit of music in the background, and they came back, and yeah, then they brought everybody out, man. Flipping D.E.E, Frisco, Merkston, who from Frisco was there? It was Slicks, Dirty Danger, Rapid, Fooda, Shifty, Roachy.
Tinchy?
No Tinchy.
Swear down.
Wait,
Tinchy.
what?
No Tinchy.
You know, I just assumed he was there.
Crazy.
And we were like, where's Tinchy? Like, is he going to come? Is he going to turn up? Is it da-da-da?
I just assumed he was there.
He was not there.
Like, all this time, I just assumed he was
That's
there.
crazy,
He
bro.
wasn't there.
That's
He
crazy.
did not turn up.
You said Slicks was there?
Slicks was there.
I just assumed
Slicks,
Tinchy
Dirty
For the guy?
Danger, for the guy. Rapid, of course. Yeah, pretty much everyone except Tinchy.
That's crazy.
That's still active.
I'd want to know the story behind that.
And I was telling Nee as well, like when they came back and they did that GRM radio performance with the composers, Tinchy was there. So I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, D-Double, Merkston, Frisco. Who else was there? Flipping Merkston, Scorcher.
Oh, shit.
All kinds of people, man, hopped on stage and did their thing, man. Obviously, played Anna, they played Together, they played Extra. So yeah, man, and the crowd was electric for it. So no, it was a good show, man. It was good vibes, very, very good vibes. And yeah, on Monday I saw Jay Had a Dream as well. She's like a really good up and coming grime artist / rap artist. She dropped a project recently called, can't remember the name of it, but something about happiness. But it was really good. So shout out to her. But yeah, I'm very tired. Standing around a lot and just like
Gigs, yeah, man.
a lot of gigs. But shout out to everybody involved. Anyway, we're going to move on now to the review portion of the episode, and we're going to start with Knucks' new project, A Fine African Man. This is his 5th project and his first since his award-winning 2022 album mixtape, Alpha Place. So that was very much celebrated as like one of the best projects of that year, and maybe even one of the best UK rap projects of the decade so far. So it was very much a tall order for Knucks to come back and top it, I guess. If there's a metric there for topping and whether he did that or whatever. But it is a completely different album from what Alpha Place was. I mean, Alpha Place was very much like, and it very much pigeonholed Knucks in a way, just as far as the sonics go, because obviously Alpha Place was very much in that kind of drill, chill drill, kind of UK rap, vintage 80s retro type sounds, for which, you know, for anyone who didn't listen to Knucks before the album or the project, would have heard that and thought, okay, this is the guy, this is what he does, right? And A Fine African Man is a stark departure from that sound. It very much incorporates Afro beats, amapiano, general African flavors, and that's in line with the kind of concept of the album. And looking through his identity through a different lens. Alpha Place was looking through his identity through the lens of him being a Londoner and the concrete jungle that is London in which he was raised. And this is kind of a play on his experiences in Nigeria. So for those who don't know, when Knucks was younger, he was sent back home to Nigeria for bad behavior. And he spent a bit of time there. And it was very much a formative experience for him. So this album very much touches on that, touches on his family dynamics, touches on his identity through the African lens, and the sonics very much suit that, and the features as well. The majority of them are Nigerian artists as well, or British Nigerian. So we have Tiwa Savage, with Black Bones, Pino, Femi Guerrero, KC, and Tyler Daly, who is not Nigerian, I believe. But yeah, man.
Are they all Nigerian British? Or is there some
Femi,
that are in Nigeria?
Femi's Nigerian British, or British Nigerian, because he was born here. The others, Nigerian, born in Nigeria.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah. And to the point of the sonics, production is handled by Swindle, Beat Butcher, Kenny Beats, Venner, Will, TSB, Ties, Emil, Black Bones, BK, Kent, J Synth, Care, Donald, and Knucks himself.
Which joint did Venner do?
He did, I want to say, Cut Knuckles,
Okay.
along with a bunch of other people. So I think the majority of these songs are co-produced.
Right.
I think there's only maybe one or two that a single producer did. I think Swindle has a single credit somewhere, and maybe beat butcher as well. But yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting album in a lot of ways. It's very much different from Alpha Place, and that was very much intentional. I interviewed Knucks for Music Week, and he told me that it was his intention to kind of break away from the box that people have placed him in because of Alpha Place and the chill drill label that was placed upon him. And yeah, it's a mission statement in a lot of ways. So we'll start with you, P.
Was he put in a box after Alpha Place?
Yeah, 100%. Just as far as like,
Yeah, for sure.
like I said, anyone who hadn't listened to him before, who listened to Alpha Place, would have concluded that that's him and that's his style and that's his sound, sort of thing.
Even though what he had released prior to that was different.
Well, a lot of people would have only listened to that and that alone,
Okay.
especially as it made such an impact.
Yeah.
It won the Mobile Award for Best Album of the Year and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very easy for fans to not necessarily go back and see what's in front of them at that moment in time. But yeah, this was his mission to kind of just basically break away from that and kind of give it a different flavour and show a different flavour of himself. So,
He's a phenomenal rapper, man. Like I think Knucks is. I think he's clocked it, man. I think he's clocked like his style. He's clocked this rap thing. To be honest with you, as far as like how he puts pen to paper, how he flows, and it doesn't sound as though any production that he kind of jumps on is difficult for him to kind of like master or put his spin on it, man. And I feel like, yeah, this was a real big departure from what he had done prior in the last projects as well. And I guess starting with that Masquerade, I loved it, man. There was a video for it as well, which I really enjoyed. And it was interesting because I went to an art exhibition. When was it? Maybe a couple weeks ago, at Tate Modern, and it was a Nigerian exhibition. And I think there was a couple of the pieces that displayed like masquerades. And I remember it took me back to when I went to Nigeria, like maybe 15 years ago. And I remember I was staying in Surulere at the time. And I remember there being like a festival taking place. And I remember my mum warning me that, yo, like if the masquerade comes up to the flat, don't look in the eye and don't touch the masquerade. So when I went to the exhibition and I saw that, it took me back to that time. And then when I listened to the tune on Lux's album, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And then he had a bar about how his mum told him a story about when he was younger, that he came across a masquerade and he pulled the mask off. And I thought that was really interesting because what I understand of a masquerade is you're not supposed to do that. Like even to be a masquerade, it's through like initiation, through like historical passing down. It's like a step into the spiritual realm when you encounter like masquerades and that. So I found that to be really interesting. So the title of the tune alone, like that kind of like, yeah, it kind of called out to me. But I really liked the song, and I thought it was a great way to start the project as well. And I thought, yeah, like it was a nice insight into where the rest of the album was going to go. So I enjoyed that. And then, My Name Is My Name. I loved that, man. And I think that song probably highlights for me everything I enjoyed about this whole project. I think how he was able to weave in like African, Nigerian specifically musicality throughout the whole thing without straying too far from what we know Knucks to be was great, man. And I think it's a fine line, man, between paying homage to where you're from, stepping into the realm of Afro beats a little bit, and then like keeping it British and London as well. And I feel like he's done that very well on this album, man. I don't feel like he sold his soul in any way. I didn't feel like he was trying too hard. I didn't feel like he was searching for a hit. Even though some of the production on here is a bit more funky, a bit more dancey, a bit more Afrobeat-ish, it didn't feel like he was begging it. Do you know what I'm saying? It didn't feel as though he was forcing it in any way. It felt very natural. So I loved that aspect to the album and that particular song as well. Gold Tooth. I think between that song, Yam Porridge, and Palm Wine are like my favourite songs on the album, man. I feel like, yeah, man. Listening to that song as well, I think it kind of helped me to appreciate Knucks' ear for production as well. Because it was like, yo, as I was listening to the whole thing, I was like, oh man, this guy's really good at picking beats. Like, he doesn't really mess with that. And I thought about the projects that he'd released previously as well, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, like he does have a good track record for production. And yeah, that's just something I really appreciate about it as well, man.
Just to quickly chime in as well,
yes.
it's worth noting that he recorded this project in Niger as well.
Oh, what, the whole thing?
For real.
That's dope. That's really dope, man. So Go 2 I absolutely loved. No Shaking? Nah. I think it was necessary, but it just wasn't for me. I think maybe it was too what am I looking for? The tempo was a bit too quick for me. But I think it was a necessary place on the album though. So I'm not entirely mad at it, but it just wasn't for me.
It reminded me of something that might have been on Rema's last album. That really controversial album that no one liked.
Yeah, I could totally see that, man. Yam Porridge, absolutely loved, man. I love Tiwa Savage, man. I thought like she brought like a real nice smooth, and Knucks is naturally quite smooth. A lot of his music is smooth, innit? But she brought like an even softer, smoother element to that tune, man. So I loved her vocals on that. I thought Pure Water, yeah, I love that song as well.
I want to speak about Pure Water. That song there to me.
What do you want to say about it?
Oh, it's so fire. No, because you remember how I think he had a bar at the end when he goes, the purest certain water is a teardrop, and it's a triple in it because essentially you've got water. He was explaining the life of him carrying water. Then from what I heard, it was just explaining that to also just water meaning clarity and just everything, and then the teardrop water. That song to me, when you got something as simple as that and then you turn it into like a triple entendre throughout the whole song or a double entendre throughout the whole song, those to me are the best types of songs. Like when at the end you're like, wait, let me go back because the last bar caught me, and then now that means, do you get what I'm saying? And then now you just look at, so I was going through the lyrics when I was listening to it, I was just like, bro, he's really talking about 3 different things with just a simple use of water. That song to me, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
but that song to me is so fire, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I love that song as well. And Wane, it wasn't really for me, but again, appreciated, its place on the project. And I think even that probably speaks to a few songs on here that, with regards to how I feel about them, because there are songs on here that, I don't necessarily enjoy. I won't necessarily go back to. But I think for the wider context of the project, it makes perfect sense. And I think it reminds me of the conversation we were having when we were talking about Dave. Like, if you don't necessarily like certain production or you don't like a particular song, does that take away from how you judge the whole album? And I think from that realization, yeah, I can not like a song and still feel like its place on the album was necessary.
It was needed.
Do you know what I mean? So maybe my ears are becoming a bit more sophisticated in that respect. Or maybe my way of, appreciating music is becoming a bit more sophisticated.
Is this growth?
We love a nuanced
Maybe.
king.
Is this growth?
Maybe it's
We
growth.
love a nuanced king.
Maybe it is, man. And then we got Inkita with Femi Guerrero. That one was cool. I didn't mind it, man. I actually thought Jim Legacy produced that, but he didn't produce that.
No,
It sounded like something I would have heard him like produce.
it's been out for a couple of years.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was like the first tune he dropped post Alpha Place. So it would have been like 2023 maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not familiar with Femi at all, really. I think that might have been one of the first tunes I've actually heard him on, but he sounded good on that. And I liked Knucks' style on that. It kind of felt different to what I'm used to experiencing, maybe because of the type of production that it was. But yeah, man, I kind of like that song. It was not really typically my bag, but I liked it. Palm Wine is my favourite song on the album, by far. That's my favourite song. That's my... When I think of Knucks, yeah, that's what I think of. I think of like, it's just smooth. It's like, it's jiggy. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's got a little bounce to it. It's like funky as well. And yeah, I just love that song, man. Friends by Tyler Daly. Yeah, it wasn't really for me. I enjoyed Tyler Daly's vocals generally. But that wasn't really one I'd go back to. Are You Okay? I absolutely loved. Cut Knuckles as well. I think that was the first song I heard on the album. But overall, man, I think this is a really, really good album, man. And like, I'm an Alpha Place guy, man. Like through and through, I think that's one of the best like projects I've heard UK from any UK artist. Full stop. So I wasn't really looking for this to top that because of what that project means to me. So I was able to kind of judge this album as a standalone. And as a standalone, this is a very good album, man. So yeah, big up Knucks.
Yeah. when I saw the title, I kind of didn't know what to expect because I was kind of going a few Alpha, so I just didn't know what to expect going into it. Then I heard the first song when it was it Masquerade, innit? Oh, Masquerade. And then when I heard, it sounded like a ceremonial kind of, you know, when you just like, when you arrive home or if you go back home and let's just say your guy, I don't know, going back to Somalia, for example, and then you've got the uncles there with the pans or whatever they do, and it just sounds like, oh shit, like the king's coming home or someone major's coming back. So when I heard that, I was like, is this going to be a theme throughout? Just keeping it to like back home, and he didn't stray away from it at all. So like, I appreciate that with Masquerade. So he let me know. I didn't know the backstory, but he explained it throughout the lyrics. Like he explained a bit when he pulled the mask down, and he explained what it kind of meant with seeing Masquerade, because that's not a thing. I had no clue that was a thing in Nigeria. So he explained it in a very, very well done way. But it let me know what I was getting into for the album. Overall, the album's cold to me, man. Like, you've told me your UK story. Like, you've let me know the life you lived here, innit? This is just letting me know the parts of the life that he didn't let me know. What he went through when he was going back home, what he saw going back home, what his family went through, where his family's from, like his heritage, his lineage. I think doing it like that and keeping the sound and doing a conscious decision on making the sound of like, making it sound like Afrobeats or that. And my piano bit, you know how I feel. But the Afrobeat section and all of that, I think it's dope, man. I can't lie. So yeah, Masquerade was cold to me. Like the ceremonial sounding what I got that arrived, the intro was fire to me. My Name Is My Name to me was good as well. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I think sometimes it was an easy listen. It was just introspective. No Shaking. I've got here. I need the translation from you guys. So sections that
we're Yoruba, sir. He's Igbo.
I thought it was like Somalia where you all speak the same, but I guess thank you very much for correcting me.
Far from it.
In Somalia, I can't lie, we've got different tribes, but brother, salam alaikum is salam alaikum to the next man, innit? So I apologize, innit? So like, yeah, but with No Shaking, I enjoyed it, man. I can't lie, man. I enjoyed, is it Pino? I don't know.
I thought it was Fino.
Oh, yeah. Because it's spelled Rhino.
Yeah. So I was just, you say Rhino. But yeah. So I just didn't know kind of who he was or what he was about. But to me, it fused, like it was a mirror match. It was a mirror match, I can't lie. I think it gave me the swagger of what I expect to hear from someone if I was to go Lagos. That's kind of the swagger I expect people to talk in or for them to move in, if that makes sense. Like, it just gave me the swagger of, I picture this is how Lagos in my head sounds like. And when I'm talking to each other and just vibes and just having a time. Pure Water to me is the definition of a phenomenal song, man. That is the definition of phenomenal songwriting to me. Like, I think that's the one song where I've just got so many, like, I've written so much about. That, it, to me, is, I love them kind of songs. I love them kind of songs where you take something as simple as just form of just water and just, you explain 3 different stories. And that's what he done here. He explained quite literally 3 or 4 different stories of what he was doing. He had to take water back home. Like, you don't know about that. And then the teardrops of giving someone a hard life, or the clarity in which water gives you, or just little things like that. I think that song to me that is going to be one of my favourite songs of the year. Like, that's what I look for in a songwriter. And Knucks can do that. I think that he can sleepwalk that. I think he can he could most probably write about a postbox and explain it in 5 different ways. But Pure Water to me is so cold. I can't lie to you. Personally, also, I've got another highlight. And is it Nikita? What is it? Nikita? Nikita. Yeah. You see that back and forth between him and Fingerero? The back and forth they were having where they were just talking to each other, and then they were just... I love stuff like that. I love stuff like that where 2 rappers are going back and forth. And I think Fingerero killed it as well. I think Fingerero bodied it. What did you say?
Fimi.
Ain't it Fingerero?
Fimi.
Am I bugging? No, hold on. VAR this.
VAR what?
Fimi Guerrero. Fimi Guerrero.
Yes.
What did I say?
It's a thing.
Let me say what. Hold on.
What's wrong with Yemi, man?
Hold on, can we VAR this? The reason why I've got Fimi Guerrero. No, you're right. But can we just VAR this? The reason why I've got...
The first time he got it wrong, I would have allowed it. I would have let it slide. It was the third time I was like, brother, we got to stop this. We got to stop this.
Can we VAR why I got Fimi Guerrero? And it's not my fault. It's actually autocorrect.
What do you mean?
That is awkward. You know when you type in on your notes?
Yeah.
So I had Fimi Guerrero, but corrected it too.
Edit jar, Drex.
Yeah. So autocorrect edited it to like, they separated the two.
Fine.
Cool. So I apologize by the way.
No, fine.
I'm sorry.
The first time I let you slide, but
No, literally,
you kept going still.
I would, I would have just said
No,
that throughout the whole.
that's
I would have. That would have been my thing. So yeah, the back and forth between them, between them two, is one of my highlights of the album, alongside of Pure Water. I think I love when they go. I think he had a bar when he said something. What did he say? Something about when he was like doing doggy and doggy, but I was something about my leash. I was like, yeah, that's fire to me. I can't like that. That was cold to me. The Palm Wine, I'm like you. That might be the most waviest song to me. Like, that just might be the most. Before I step out, I'm gonna have to listen to that. And that's just the waviest song to me. So I enjoy that as well. He had a bar when he was like the Friends bit when he was like something about Kai Sanat in my. It was like something about Kai Sanat in my room. The Tyler, are we friends though? That was a cold flip to me. Like that was just a continuation of when she was with Kai Sanat. Overall, I enjoy when rappers tell me a portion that they just haven't explored yet, and I'm okay with that. Like I put Knucks in the box. You know when you asked who put Knucks in the box?
Yeah.
That's me. I put him in a box because I was just going off Alpha. That's all I never used to listen to him like that. You lot used to always prop him, but I never used to listen to him. So I think when you asked that question, without even subconsciously, maybe you didn't know it, but that was me. Like I just had him in a box where I was like, I know he's cold, but I know what I'm always gonna get from him. Like I had no expectations of him to go left and do something like this. So it might be, I think for fans that have always been there since day one, they're going to just view it differently to where like who will put him in a box? But the fans like me who jumped on the Alpha and we reviewed that and then I gave it, I think, top 5 album of the year that year. Someone like me, I was just like, yeah, you're going to stay there for me. I know what I'm going to get from you. And if that's all you give me, I love that. But I like this album and I'm happy for he done this album. I love when, bro, embrace your sound, embrace your heritage, embrace where you're from. And don't look back. And that's exactly what he done in this album to me. Like, he just didn't look back. The fact that he recorded it in Nigeria, I think, adds to it. It can only add to it. And I think you can see that. I think you could. And I love when he gets in his braggadocious bag, though. I can't lie. I love when he talks his shit. I love when Knucks talks his shit. But overall, the album to me, bro, yeah, I like it, man. I can't lie to you. I thoroughly enjoy it. Some songs I'm not going to go back to. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I've got here. Sorry. I just need to get this out. Container.
Yeah, my piano tune.
Never, I can't lie to you. What was you gonna say though? Sorry.
Is it that different from what we've heard from him though?
Yeah.
Really?
It is.
What are we talking about? Are we sonically or lyrically?
Both.
Production wise,
Sonically,
it is.
100%.
Sonically, it is as well to me. Sonically, everything's different here, bro. This is. If I would have played this to you first, and then you would have listened to Alpha, I think you would have been like, yeah, that's too different.
But maybe it's because like I could have seen him doing something like this. I think it makes perfect sense.
But for someone like me, it's new. I think it goes off what you know off Knucks. Do you know what I'm saying? If you know Knucks, then maybe for you,
It's also unknown until it happens.
Yeah.
Right. So until he actually does it, you don't know if he's capable.
And did you? Yeah. So I think you always thought he was capable, but doing it is different with, I think, what Yemi just said. I think doing it and being capable of it is different. He done it here. And this is definitely left field. Like, this is complete. The sound's different completely. Do you get what I'm saying? But, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the album, man. Like, thoroughly enjoyed the album. Like, the album's cold to me. I'll never take it away from him. There's more songs that I'll go back to than I won't. But I'm like you where I understand the placement. I understand why Container's there. Like, it makes sense being there. Just because I won't go back to it, I understand the need of that there because it goes into everything you're embracing.
I think it's also an important perspective that he's delivered on this project as well, man. Because I don't know if I've heard a UK rapper talk about going to boarding school and talk about growing up in Nigeria and then talk about moving here and then the experiences of being there and then coming here. I don't know if I've heard that before. So I think it's a really unique and interesting perspective because I know bare people like that, man. I know bare people that when I was young, they were threatened. They were threatened by their parents of being sent to boarding school, and then they ended up going, and they came back, and they were different people.
That was a thing because I think the reason why it resonates, and I don't even think that's the thing though with this album. I think it not necessarily just has to be a Nigerian thing. I think that's just a thing across the board with.
I'm talking about specifically Nigeria.
Yeah, no, but the reason why I say it is because if you're Somali, there's a thing of going back home Somali. My cousin been sent back home. There's a thing growing up where, depending on who you are and what you've done, if you're under a certain age, you're going to get sent back. Obviously not the experience when you're there, but that experience of getting sent back, I think is universal depending on where you're from. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's interesting, but I think how it's been like shown to me is it's mainly been a thing of, yo, I'm sending you to boarding school because you're bugging out.
Yeah,
or
that's
you're wilding
that's
out.
what we all do.
That's what else. That's the same.
So we don't.
Okay.
But the only difference is we don't call it boarding school. You're just getting sent back. Like, I know I want to say my family wise. I don't. He doesn't even remember. But my family wise, I've got about 5 cousins at least that's been sent back. Some from Sheffield, Birmingham, London, and then take away my cousins. I know man that have been sent back. Like getting sent back. My boy Ridwan got sent back. I know a few. It's a thing where if you're 12, 13, 14, and they just look at you heading towards somewhere where you shouldn't, getting sent. The only difference is the wording of boarding school, because they might just call it, yo, you're going to learn Quran. But that's why I think an album like this is universal. Do you get what I mean? Where it's just, it's not so much. Obviously, the nuance is Nigeria because he's there, and then it's different in terms of what he's living. Like the masquerade and stuff, that's way closer to home. But the actual premise of getting sent back home, I think is, if you're African, I think it is universal. I think it's a lot of people do it. Somalis do it a lot. Like a lot, it's a thing. But Yemi, how do you feel about that album?
No, man, I mean, I love this album. First and foremost, it feels like and sounds like home. You listen to Masquerade, and I can imagine like coming out of Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos, the hustle and bustle of traffic and people trying to scam you for money and stuff like that. Because let's be real, they do that. And just like just the general feel of it, like
it ain't even a scam. They're just asking you for money,
bruh. Even beyond the scams. But it feels like, you know, you've touched down. It feels like you're really in the weeds of Night, right? And I felt like that was his intention. It was his intention to really tap into that chamber of his identity and his musicality to where he can inject more of that into the music. And immediately from Masquerade, I get that feel. Like I think I wrote in the interview I did, it was like kind of walking around the market, just like having a touching feel of like, you know, whether they're selling fruit or veg or whether they're selling like records or whatever. It just felt like you're in there. You're directly in the action. And that's, I really, really appreciate that. The album is warm, it's inviting, it's like expansive in a lot of ways. Like even if you don't necessarily like the Amapiano, you know, the fact that he was able and willing to do that sort of thing and really tap into that sound kind of just shows you where he's at as far as I wanted to explore that side of himself, which I really, really appreciated. I think this album has crazy replay value. It's incredibly, incredibly relatable. I mean, I think My Name is like very universal in its own sense as well. Like, you know, I don't know about you, man, but, you know, there were times when I was younger where I wished, you know, my first name wasn't my first name just because people would butcher it. And even my last name as well. Like there'd be people, like teachers, adding letters to my name and
that's real.
mispronouncing my name and stuff like that. And, you know, sometimes it would have been nice just to be known as like a Terry or Robert. You know what I'm saying?
And we grew up in an era where being African or being Nigerian wasn't even cool. Like everyone wanted to be Caribbean. Like, do you know what I mean? It was tough, like maneuvering through Peckham, like being Nigerian, having Nigerian names. Like Yemi might have had it harder than me because my first name is Peter. My Nigerian name, only my family really call me that. But his first name is Adeyemi. So in school, that's what they're reading off the register. Do you know what I'm saying? So Knucks touching on that, things like that. Yeah, I think that's another reason why this album's like really, really dope.
For time, I was known as Yummy, Yummy, Yummy. I've got love in my tummy. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So, yeah, that sort of stuff would ingrain in you like resentment in a way. Yeah, no, you can laugh.
No, it's Pete.
No,
That's why you're looking at me.
I think you know what's crazy. I think I got you wrong. But I think I called you Yomi at first because I didn't know if it was Yemi or Yomi. But that was an innocent mistake, and then you corrected me.
And Yomi is a name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know another one. I know someone else called Yomi.
Yeah. But again, it speaks to that kind of inner turmoil of like, damn, I really want to be something else, right? Oh, yes, and he obviously expresses that to utter perfection, and I feel like younger me would have loved to have heard something like this, to know that it wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying?
So they used to butcher names back in the day, man.
100%. They still do.
No, now I think they're a little bit more politically. Like when we was growing up, there was no politically correct. Teachers will butcher it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. But no, man, yeah, it's a great album. Gold Tooth. I mean, Gold Tooth is the type of shit that I imagine. Like, listen, I've got an imaginative brain, right? Like, I hear something like Gold Tooth, and I can imagine like the opening scene of Belly, but it's like a club in Lekki, and like cool guys are just like walking through the club, just like cool on their fly shit while Gold Tooth is playing. And that's the kind of like visual I get from listening to something like that. That's actually one of my favorite songs on the album. Really, really dope. Nwane as well. Like even if you don't like necessarily the sounds, I think the concept of it and him talking about like the kind of family turmoil that has kind of like plagued his family and made sure that there's distance between him and his cousins and stuff like that. I think that's quite relatable too. You know, Nigerians, I mean, Africans generally like tend to have big families, and there is going to be some kind of like resentment sometimes in certain quarters sort of thing. And I think the fact that he was so open and willing to talk about that, I really, really appreciated as well. Palm Wine as well, one of my favourite tunes. Again, fly shit, really, really good. I love the subtle references to like Nollywood, like after I think it was Friends, and then you just heard like a Nollywood advert for the song.
See, it's funny, you say Nollywood, I say DSTV, because I think it sounded like an advert before Nollywood came out. So there's a Nigerian like network that's called DSTV. So that's typically where everyone will like get their channels from. So I when I first heard that, I thought, oh right, that sounds like an advert I've heard before Nollywood was the thing.
See, I got that from the other song. I can't remember what the other song was, but the snippet where he's flicking through the channels, I got that. But from my experience of like Nollywood and just Nigerian cinema and media, like even before like Nollywood films would go on TV, like the Nollywood TV channel on Sky, like you would have those types of adverts, and it would still screen to like all of the people that were in the film, like huge weird like graphics for their names, and then just like those sound effects as well. So yeah, I guess the references are different as far as like how you've consumed them or where they've come from, but the effect and the result is the same.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
that familiarity. And yeah, man, I just love this deep dive into his origin, man. I mean, he's touched on his time in Nige previously, but I feel like it's been in snippets and doses, and he's really honed in here. Cut Knuckles is man. And I'm trying to get into the habit of like not listening, a bit like you, like not listening to like songs on an album before the album comes out. But I think we were in Sweden when I listened to Cut Knuckles for the first time.
That's why I heard it too, yeah.
Like, yeah, man, and that's been on repeat. I won't be surprised if it's like in the top 5 of like my most played songs on Spotify by the end of the year. But no, man, I love this album. I don't really have many notes. I think Pure Water's fantastic as well. Songwriting, all of that. Love Tiwa Savage on Yam Porridge as well. I liked Container. There's something about those log drums that just get me going. In Kita, yeah, I liked it when it came out. Still like it now. Friends and Are You Okay? They were cool as well. No Shaking. I didn't mind No Shaking. It's one of those ones where, you know what it is? I'm not necessarily saying it's like soca, but work with me.
Dad, where Daniel looked up when you said
hang on. Obviously, soca is much higher tempo than a reggae or a bashment, right? So what you hear on Shaking, I feel like is a higher tempo version, not necessarily of Afro beats, but like that kind of like African tribalist music in a sense. So that's kind of where I kind of got soca vibes in terms of the tempo on this song, and I appreciate it for that.
Yeah, man.
You know, I'm gonna get a strong word from Drake after recording, I'm sure, but that's cool. And yeah, man, I just think front to back, really enjoyed this album. I feel like it's Knucks on a new plane conceptually. I think lyrically he's gotten a little bit sharper as well, just in terms of the storytelling. And I guess it just speaks to the fact of if you're passionate about a subject, especially when it comes to your life and your identity, then you're gonna find new ways to kind of bring that to light. So yeah, man, phenomenal effort, I'd say. What would you say your guys is? I mean, I know you've said them, but 5 favorite tracks.
5 favorite tracks for me would be My Name Is My Name, Pure Water, Palm Wine, Masquerade, Cut Knuckles.
I've got Masquerade, Gold Tooth, Pure Water, Palm Wine, and Cut Knuckles.
I've got Masquerade, Pure Water, Pure Water, Palm Wine, Cut Knuckles, and Gold Tooth.
Nice.
And My Name Is My Name, actually, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, My Name's My Name probably
but
number
Pure
6.
Water is, bruv.
Yam Porridge as well, though.
No, but Pure Water to me, that's the one, man. I love the song.
You don't want to drink Pure Water, though, man.
Pardon?
You don't want to drink it. That shit will give you bad belly, bruv.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, man.
First. And
I like the song, brother.
No,
honestly, because you know what it is with me? I'm like you, I love Palm Wine, but Pure Water to me is writing at its highest level, bro. That's just pure writing at its highest level to me. It's always my name is my name as well, I guess, innit? But when you're writing like that, yeah, man, special.
And out of 5 stars, what would you give a fine African man?
4.
4 for me as well.
Seeing as we're just starting these the
Ranking
the
system.
ranking system, innit? Yeah. I'm gonna play it tough. So I'm gonna say 3.5.
3.5. A cold album is 3.5.
It's a cold album.
Interesting.
Cold album.
So what would have pushed it to a 4?
I was gonna make a joke and say take container out, but I'm not gonna do that. Do you know what it is? The only reason why I'm not saying 4 or 5s is because, and this is gonna make sense, I guess, the more and more we do this. I think the more and more we do this is, I don't want to then give one a 4 that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's hard. Like the more we do this, the more album reviews we do, the more it's just some albums are gonna. Do you get what I'm saying? Like some albums.
No, I get it.
Are gonna be good, but because we've given.
I'm not saying
because we've given out
you're
4s.
wrong.
Like let's just say I give this album a 4, and then there's another album that is slightly better than this, but it's not a 5, but it's better than a 4. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play it cautious with all of the reviews I give. So I'm gonna give. Don't get twisted. It's a cold album though. It's a cold album, but 3.5. And all the reason why I say it is because the more reviews we do, I just don't want to give out 4s or 5s. So it's not more so knocking him, just more so I'm just being careful with giving out 4s and 5s. Like my name, it doesn't mean anything, but yeah.
Yemi's not impressed. I didn't even look at him, but I felt the look though.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Because he wasn't saying anything.
Yeah, I was though.
So when you said I
no, Pete. Does it?
I was angry at
No,
you, really.
Pete.
I was
No,
angry at you.
no,
What do you
Pete.
mean? What do you
Why are you
say?
angry at
No,
me?
Pete.
What
Don't
do you
lie.
get?
Does it
You
make
wasn't saying
sense?
anything.
Pete, does it
Because
make sense?
I get him
You get
being
what I'm saying?
cautious.
Bro, he
Like,
said,
yeah.
I don't want to give him a 4.5.
Because the
Actually,
more we review,
edit job.
no, because the more we review, if we throw out 4s and 5s,
Cool, let's move on.
Bro, you act like I'm Benzino and I'm just gonna throw out
Let's
5 back to
move
myself.
on. Let's move on. Please, all.
It's racism, man.
Please, all. You won't say anything, but cool. Anyway.
Hey, my heart's still open.
Man. Anyway, big up to Knucks
Always.
for this project.
Always.
I mean, we waited 3 years, but it was worth the wait for sure. This is an album that I feel like is gonna only age gracefully, and it was made possible by you. So big up you and big up all the producers involved as well. Put your foot through this.
There's not many rappers that I feel like. So I said last review that Dave was the best rapper. When I hear Knucks, I feel like Knucks is the best rapper.
Cool. You said he's the best rapper in the country, Dave.
I did say
You
that.
actually did say
So-
that.
But then there are often times when I hear Knucks, I'm just like, man, I'll put Knucks up against anyone.
And I guess this is why making statements like that is so tough.
I still stand by what I said though.
Okay, you stand by it, fine.
I still stand by it. But sometimes
the
when
Dave statement.
do you ever? It's similar to Nas. Sometimes when I hear Nas, I'm like, yo, man, no one's ever gonna rap better than
No,
Nas.
that's how it
Black
goes.
Though's my favorite rapper.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Knucks is an amazing rapper though.
Salute to Knucks.
Salute to Knucks. All right, so the second album we're going to review today is friend of the pod, Ceebo, who just dropped his 3rd project, Blair Babies. It follows his 2024 project, Lambeth Not LA, which was critically acclaimed. Complex UK named it one of the best projects of last year. And Blair Babies is a heavy one. It explores the state of mind and struggles of young black Brits, Gen Z mainly, as Ceebo is a member of Gen Z. I think he's like 23 years old. And he basically just explores with this project the perils and the trials and tribulations of what he calls a lost generation, that being Gen Z Black Britain, who essentially have no hand in the environments that they inhabit and the events and conditions that have kind of shaped those environments. And exploring the general hopelessness that this generation kind of have to cope with, and the vices through which they cope with it, and consume things like alcohol, drugs, and things of that nature. Dopamine shots, essentially, to kind of ease the pain in their existence. So yeah, very, very deep one, very, very heavy one. It is executive produced by another friend of the pod, Mimi the music blogger, and it features MP3, who is actually Ceebo's manager, and it's produced by Afro Surrealist, Jim Legacy, Chef BK, El Londo, Realist, Soul Cloning, Jet Soul, Zeno Millie, Lygenism, Q's Retired, 2 Produced It, Love George, Nandy, Rambo, Lucid, Scarp, Parked Up, 012, Vuko, and Ceebo himself. So yeah, it is very much a continuation of sorts of the kind of themes that we've kind of been seeing in the UK scene this year. We had Jim Legacy's Black British Music, we had Afro Surrealists by British, and even in the promotion of this project, Ceebo has kind of referred to Blair Babies as a companion piece to those projects, and it kind of fits quite nicely with the kind of conversation that we had recently about, you know, British rappers and repping the British flag and what that means. And yeah, Ceebo essentially, like lyrically and sonically, it's kind of taking you on a trip through his version of Broken Britain and what that means for his generation. What's up with you, Mo? What did you think of Blair Babies?
I found the name interesting before I even got into the album. I was like, Blair Babies, because I guess we are all somewhat sort of Blair Babies, I guess, to a certain degree, innit?
I guess the specific meaning of like Blair Babies are those who were kind of born during that time as opposed to coming up during that time. So we grew up in that time.
Yeah, because that's the first
time.
person I remember kind of running the city. I'll be real, like that's the first person I remember. So
Country.
when you say like that, what do you say?
The country.
What did I say? The city.
Yeah.
No one cares about Sheffield. But I say that to say, yeah, so the name itself was interesting, especially coming off the conversation that we had. And then with the intro was just very much, it was spoken word, didn't it? So it was just a thing where I was just like, it's letting me know what we get into. Then I heard Dizzy Rascal. And I said, okay, we're really now going to get into this R&B rule. That's when I heard it. I was like, because when we had the conversation about, I guess, owning Black the flag and everything, I think after the conversation, an album like this is perfect. Because this is just him telling you, maybe not taking pride in it, but explaining to you his thought process, where he's coming from, how he's coming from, his rise in the music industry, his influences. So all around, when I first heard Captain Roscoe and I heard the Dizzy Rascal sample, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a lot. Off the rip, I already knew what time it was. It was a bit all over the place, a little bit with the Dizzy kind of rapping over, or the sample playing over it, and then it was a little bit chaotic, but I liked it. I enjoyed the chaos that it gave me, because that's kind of like how I view Blair Babies, how I view London. It's the UK, but I guess London, when bringing it down a little bit, it's a chaotic city. So I think that first song was a reflection of what this city gave me, was a reflection of what I heard in the first track. So off the rip, I loved it. Overall, I'm going to give a a play-by-play on the whole album itself. I love it. Like, I love it. I think this is, I don't want to say his coming out party because he's been out for a while, so I don't want to diminish him and be like, oh, this is your coming out party, when he's made projects before. But it gave me everything, because I'm 33, so for someone to give me nostalgia and make me think, and they're 10 years younger than me, is insane. So when he's giving me nostalgic feelings, or when he's talking about, he's playing clips of Tony Blair, or he's talking about, I think the speech where Tony Blair was like, yo, we've got to tackle this. Like, I remember that. Like, I remember living in the UK, coming up and thinking, wait, why are they looking at us this way when they're not dealing with that? So I think for him to play a nostalgic card on people that are, because you said he's 23, right? For him to play the nostalgic card, people that are 10 years senior to him, that's ridiculous. So to me, yeah, points off to that as well. So all around, I loved it, I'll be real. I think it gave me everything. I think Buzzball Summer was cold to me, I'll be real. I loved Buzzball Summer. It gave me that little playful youth, like that young side of him, knowing everything that he came from as well. He had a bar, where in Captain Roscoe, where he goes, allow all the kung fu, bruv. Can a black belt help you when a knife duns you? Simple bar, but I understand everything that he's saying. It's a very simple bar, but I understand, and that's kind of how we all grew up, where it's just like, bro, you can know everything, but we've lived it. We've seen knife crime. We've grown up in that. We know what inner city London is. 018 to me is fire, by the way. Like, fire to me.
The Judy one.
Yeah, like that's so cold to me.
What did he say? He said his dad was Kanye crazy, choices slim and shady.
Fam, this guy said Young G's. What did he say? Young G's ain't a man of the house, but he's trying to be a man of the road. And he's like, man don't talk in my N-words die over rumors, Aki. Bro, come on, man. Like, he said man don't talk, but people die off rumors. That's a fact, bro. I don't even want to get animated, but people really do die off rumors, man. I've seen people die for less, bro. Like, I come from N17. I've seen it, bro. I've seen it, bro. Wallahi. No, I don't think you man understand, bro. This really took me. No, because this really took me back to Selby Centre. This really took me back to Meridian.
Man.
Like, it really took me back to when I was 15, 16. Like, this is different. Like, I don't think you're looking at me like I'm a madman right now.
Coming soon to TikTok.
No, bro. He said man them die off rumours. If you don't know, you don't know. Like, I know some people that won't know. Shout out to Chap Little Ross. He won't know nothing about this, bro.
Little.
Like, he won't know nothing about this, bro. I've really seen it. Yeah, but that little idiot, bro. But like, Black on Both Sides was, and I wrote here, but I don't know if I said the word right. It's a duality of both sides, where he's talking about that whole album, where he's talking about, no, see, don't, see what I'm saying? That's why, you know me,
Duality.
Yeah, you know now, it's come to the point now, yeah, why? Because we've done this now. Every time we review, I will say something, and the man then will pick out a word. I think last time I even said something as simple as astonishing, and someone, astonishing. I can't use words anymore.
I don't do that anymore. It's him.
But it's been going on for the last 3 years. At what point do we give up?
I said I stopped. I'm reformed.
Like the last 3 years, you
I'm
stopped
reformed,
doing,
Aki.
Like, nah, bro.
I'm reformed, Aki.
I've got a degree in this, bro. Like, sorry, man. But I've got a degree, bro. Like, what am I doing here, G? Like, I can't say duality
I'm
anymore.
reformed. I don't know about him.
It's actually annoying because you know what it is? Every time we do a review, there's one bar that I will say that everyone, like, nah, so yeah, I think Black on Both Sides was cold to me, and I think I don't know what song it was where he had the Tony Blair speech at the end. Was it Black on Both Sides? Yeah, it was Black on Both Sides that I've got here, that he had the Tony speech at the end. And I think that was fire. I think that was so cold for him to do it. And even the lead up to the following song where he had Juk. And we know what that is. So like, I think he stayed on theme. I think the person, and I'm going to give, I think Mimi her credit here, but I don't know if it's been mentioned before, that she was the person that came up with the idea of using Tony Blair's actual speeches with the album.
Yeah, she told us that at a listening session for the project.
That is maybe one of the coldest ideas I've seen in a very long time. Like, one of the coldest ideas in the UK. And it's something so simple. I don't know why no one in the UK has done it before. I'll be real. I don't know why no one's done it before, where it's just like, yo, you grew up on this. Bro, play some of this. Like, let everyone, if you're in America right now and you want to, why do UK people move how they move? On top of the music, maybe just give them a couple speeches and listen to the way he spoke about us, because he spoke about us in these terms. He looked at us like, it's not that deep, we can fix this, or do you get what I'm saying? Or just throw the keys at them, throw the book at them. It's a simple fix. If they commit a crime, give them life. Like, it's just a simple fix. So yeah, I love that. The actual title track, to me, cold. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love that. The closing track itself, that just felt spiritual, man. I'll be real.
It was eerie though, man.
Yeah, it felt spiritual though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it did feel eerie, but it was low-key spiritual. Like, he was just talking. Like, it was scary, but I loved it personally. Innit? All around, I fucks with this album, man. Like, this is one of them ones to me, man. I'm gonna be so real. Like, and because we mentioned Kofi, Knucks, and Ceebo, it's kind of, they all told a similar story, but just from different lenses. Like, Ceebo is talking from the Blair baby's perspective. Knucks is telling us when he got sent back home. And then Kofi's kind of in the middle of both, where he's living here, but one minute he's here, then he's in Birmingham, and he's real life situations. So I think they've got similar patterns between each, just different lanes in it. But overall, this album was needed, man. Like, I think I'm still surprised that he's 23 personally. Like, I'm still surprised that he's 23. Like, he's beyond his years, man. He's beyond his years. Like, this isn't a reflection album like this, and you're not just talking on your behalf, you're just talking on people that have grown up in this country, and you're talking on behalf of people that are older than you by years. That shouldn't really happen. Like, I thought I would have been hearing this from like no disrespect to him, but I thought I would have been hearing this from like a 30-year-old who's lived an ever life. Do you get what I'm saying? And then now could talk back. For a 23-year-old to tell him, for him to still be aware of what's going on, and for him to be aware of everything, and for him to reflect on it, it's an album. I can't give it enough words, man. I really, really, really enjoyed this album.
It probably speaks to, like, sorry to cut you off, it probably speaks to, like, just how disillusioned, like, his generation feel, man. And particularly around him feeling as though he's a voice. He's one of many voices that are a product of, the Blair era and stuff, and feeling like he has to speak up. And I think that's really interesting that someone so young is feeling that pulled and compelled to do that, man. And I think, just to jump straight into it, that when I first heard of the title of the album, I was really excited, man. I felt like this is an angle I don't know if I've heard before. And I think off the back of that, I was really curious about how he was going to tackle it from a conceptual standpoint, because I think it's one thing naming your project Blair Babies, and then it's another thing like executing it. Like, how are you going to do that? Are you going to start going into the politics of Tony Blair and how that, you know, may or may not have fucked up, you know, our generation, his generation, our communities? Are you going to talk about it from the perspective of just disagreeing with these politics? How are you going to do this? And so from that angle, I was really intrigued to see how he was gonna spin it. And I think similar to you, Mo, like I liked how it started with the first couple of things that I heard. Like the first tune, which was more of an intro, more with him just speaking.
It was spoken word essentially.
I won't call it spoken word.
Would you not?
No, I won't call it spoken word. It was just him speaking, giving great context into what we're about to listen to. And I liked that, man. It felt like, it felt necessary even. And I don't know if I've heard that before. Intros typically have some sort of musical backdrop, whereas that wasn't really informing that much, if any at all, actually. So I enjoyed that kind of entry point into the project. And
in a weird way, I also feel like it kind of breaks an illusion of sorts, because rather than him just having the music speak for itself, he's speaking to the music in a sense.
Yeah.
And I even said to him, like, that's not the done thing. Like, rappers don't, or artists don't, on the first track, explain the concept of the album.
Yeah.
Right? And I love that, especially for a subject as integral as this, to make sure that there is no reading of the lines, there's no blurring of the lines. This is what this is, and this is what you're about to experience. So I appreciate it.
But before he said that, I think I would have gotten that, though. I think I would have gotten that perspective, maybe based on the fact that I've spoken to people his age about, you know, his generation and where things are generally in society. So I think everything he spoke about in that intro, I could have definitely got that just from listening to this whole thing.
But on the flip of that, I think it might have been Ceebo 316, the end track where he's just talking.
Yeah.
Fun fact, he's talking to Jim Legacy in that.
Okay.
And he's just talking about the fact that his generation, and maybe others, just don't want to talk about how they really feel.
Yeah.
So I guess for people like that he might be appealing to, you need to put it in their faces so they can really feel and really take it for what it is.
Yeah. And I think that speaks to the importance of like an interlude, man. And like spoken word interlude. I don't want to use spoken word, but just interlude where there's like dialogue with another. Because I think just on that point, like when we go to Black on Both Sides, where Mimi asks him like, yo man, like what are you really trying to convey? Like what do you want from all of this? And his response was like, real conversation, man. Like I want us to have real conversation, man. People aren't talking about how they really feel. I want that. I want to, if not be a part of it, but spark it. And I love things like that, man. I love how that, like the interruption of that through the musical soundscape of this whole project, man. And I think things like that are really, really dope. But I loved, just going back to the music itself, I loved Captain Roscoe with a Crossbow. That was produced by Afro Surrealist. And I thought that was really dope, man. I loved the sample. I think the title track in itself, man, it's such a unique way to talk about ends, to talk about what's going on in the ends. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, yo, where have I heard that? I was like, oh shit, yeah, Dizzy. Dizzy said that in I Love You, innit? Second verse. And I thought that was dope. And the sample, I don't think that's from the same song.
Brand New Day.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like you can clearly see that Dizzy was the inspiration in there somewhere. But yeah, I just thought that was fire, man. And I think even that, man, I think it kind of brought to my attention how much I really enjoy like how songs are titled as well, man. Like, because they can really pull you into what the whole overall picture is that they're trying to paint on a song, innit? And yeah, I just think that's also as important as what you're listening to. So I enjoyed that. I loved Gospel. According to Tony Blair, that's probably my favourite song on the album. I think that third verse, was special. And I think it highlights even more so just how skilled of a rapper this brother is, man. I think in listening to him and Kofi Stone's albums like back to back, we have some really, really skilled rappers in the UK, man. But Ceebo specifically, that third verse was mad. So man, I couldn't even write down quotables for you. Like it was that mad. But for anyone that hasn't checked it out, man, please hone in on that. That third verse, mad thing. So that was easily my favourite song on the album.
He had a bar where he said something about I'm not blasphemic, but then he had a blasphemic bar straight after. I forgot what the bar was though. That song.
Hey man.
But the whole idea of the verse is
yeah,
like,
literally.
the whole idea of the verse is like, God forgive us.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, pretty exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
literally. No, it fit. It was just funny to me.
Yeah, man, just fantastic rapping, man. I love Juk. What else did I love? 018, loved that. Blair Babies, I loved. What did he say? I wanted to be street infantry because I thought that was the thing to be. All I'd seen from infancy, big dogs had shanks and inventory. I thought, yeah. I just thought that was just a great way to talk about, like, you know, how we kind of all get sucked into, like, what appeals to be appealing from the streets, innit? Like, I went through that as a young boy, man. I went through raw, like, really being, like, fascinated by, like, the allure of being street, being hard, being tough, and that's just not being it. And maybe because of what I was seeing, maybe because, like, those people that I knew in my area that were like that, they had all this acclaim through, like, you know, maybe it was the girls or maybe just how they were viewed by their peers. But really and truly, yeah, that's none of that, man. And so for him to speak about that happening from his generation, it speaks to a wider problem, innit? That, you know, we can relate to that. We went through that, and, you know, his generation are going through that too. So I thought for him to touch on that in that way, I thought that was just really dope, man. He had another bar where he was like, I left on my Jones, I tried to be Nazir, can't say the same for my dogs here. Yeah, man. Again, that just speaks to, you know, how he was on a path and he was trying to do a certain thing, and unfortunately, you know, his people's around him, the hood kind of might have, like, you know, pulled him to the side and they took different paths and that. And I thought that was really dope as well. Yeah, that's probably like, yeah, I liked how it ended as well. Generally, yeah, I really enjoyed the album, man. I thought it was a really, really dope album.
Nice, man. This is one of the albums of the year for me. It is just from front to back. It's an experience. It's spiritual. It places you right where he wants you to be, just as far as that being at the heart of this struggle, this everyday turbulence for young black Brits of his generation, and obviously, as you say, relatable to our generations as well. He really has you in it. Like Captain Rosbow with a crossbow, just sonically, it really shines a light. It sounds like you say, it sounds like chaos. It sounds like you're in the middle of like spinning a block. Literally. And really like trying to, really pondering whether this is the right thing to do, sort of thing. And obviously he's not glorifying any of this. He's talking from a perspective of, listen, this is the environment we're in. A lot of times we had to do this because for whatever reason, sort of thing. But he really paints the pictures of those kind of perils, you know, where the streets are treacherous and anyone can get caught up, you know. From the off, you can tell that he has seen so much. And I think he said something like, ain't nothing like what CC's seen, sort of thing. And he's like, in his 23 years, he's obviously seen a lot as well. But also a nod to the fact that, you know, as people, young men who've grown up in London, especially during that Blair era as well, where, you know, it was black on black crime, it was knife crime and all this stuff. And we saw things and we heard things, you know what I'm saying? That is, I mean, shit, Daminola Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
We've seen things, we've heard things, we've been in the middle of things, sort of thing. So we can immediately see that connection. We can immediately have that intergenerational connection with him, sort of thing. Because it's a universal story. And I loved it. I loved the Dizzy sample. I love the simplicity of the beat as well. Shout out to Afs Readers, and I think someone else co-produced it as well. So shout out to him as well.
Having a great year, man.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Buzzball Summer. It's actually a really sad song. Obviously, very upbeat. And if you listen to Jim Legacy and you listen to Ceebo singing, you can tell that there's influence. And a fun fact, black British music and Blair Babies were pretty much recorded around the same time in the same room, same people, on some Soulquarian shit. So, yeah, you can tell that they are very much like partners of each other. And I could hear immediately in Buzzball Summer when he's singing, I can hear Jim's inflections, I can hear his kind of melodies and stuff.
You know what that song sounds like? Hey Boogie.
Hey Boogie.
Yeah, for some reason.
I hear that.
Crazy. It sounds like him on that bad thing. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, 100%. No, that's all good. But yeah, no, I just feel like the gravity of what he's talking about and how, you know, consumption, whether that's drink, whether that's a little bit of smoking or whatever, to kind of just ease the pain. And that then kind of underpinning the idea of like more motives, more fuckeries to kind of just get away from really feeling something, you know. So even if it is upbeat, ain't nothing sweet about this. You know what I mean? It's the inability to tap into your emotions and to kind of hide them and stuff them in by going to more motives, by doing more fuckeries. You know what I mean? And again, universal theme that I feel like can be pulled from any generation as well.
I was a bit worried when I heard that song though, because I felt like coming off the back of the first 2 entry points to the project, I felt like it was a sharp turn as far as tempo. So I wasn't really sure. I think what he was talking about on that tune, I think, was in line with the everything in totality. But yeah, I felt like that was too much of a switch up in tempo for me too early on.
Interesting. I guess for me, and because listen, we hear grime on this, we hear drill on this. I guess what would you call this? Like Afro swing, maybe Buzzball Summer. A little bit of some inflections there, sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, even in that, like the production showing like just the breadth of British music, black British music, sort of thing. And I think that was intentional as well. But no, I actually appreciate it. I think it was. I mean, when I first heard it, I thought, okay, this is a left turn. But I appreciated it, man. And especially as I listen to it more, I think it becomes more replayable the more you listen to it. And even as a standalone track, I feel like it's really, really good. So yeah, I enjoyed it. And listen, I'm not a fan of like rappers. I'm not generally a fan of rappers who try to sing, but I think he didn't try to do too much. I think he just knew what he could do, and he kind of did it, and I appreciated that. The Gospel, Tony Blair, great song. Again, effortlessly illuminating what we as Black Brits have to deal with on a daily, just avoiding the madness of life, all that kind of stuff, numbing the pain. He had a bar like, if God gave us another option, we'd happily take it, sort of thing. So he's very much aware. And that's the thing about Ceebo. He's so like, I guess, conscious. Yeah, I'll say he's very conscious of the position he's in. He understands that he's a product of his environment. He wouldn't change that, but he also would have wanted something more. And even if his life was to end tomorrow, he'd have no regrets in a way. It'd almost be as if, and he kind of goes into it on the last track, Do It All Again, or no, How Many Training Days, where he's just like, if I died like tomorrow, then it just means that there's less pain for my family. You know what I'm saying? There's less trauma for my family. So it's almost like I'm doing them a favor. So it's very eerie in a lot of ways, just as far as like his disposition. But the Gospel is like a very good like part of showing that kind of chamber, like him being remorseful, him being repentful in a way, but then going on to be like, well, no, I mean, I'm still a monster, sort of thing. And that leads quite nicely into Always, visceral, dark. Yeah. He said, last tape I tried to show you, man, from the ends can still be conscious, but fuck that shit. I clocked it quick. They like me more as a monster. Like
that speaks to so much, man. That speaks to so much, like just within like hip hop culture in general, man. Like how many like conscious rappers really like go to a next level? We don't really see that often, man. They like it when we're talking about like just, you know what I mean, street shit. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I took from that.
And I think it showed amazing maturity and just like forward thinking, that he understands that and he owns that, right? He would happily call himself a conscious rapper, especially on Number from Not LA, where he was kind of speaking about, you know, these issues on less of a macro level, but he was speaking to them a little bit, and he will happily say that he was conscious. But now he's just on a thing of like, nah, fuck that. Like, this ain't doing anything for me. Let me just embrace being the monster, sort of thing. And it kind of just speaks to the kind of shades of him that we see on the album. 018 was dope as well. Luck of the Chosen and Blair Babies, again, another double down on the helplessness of, you know, his situation and many others as well. Really, really dope. Do It All Again, which I felt was a little bit more hopeful and light in tone, as far as like wanting better days, and the fact that, you know, despite, you know, the troubles and the perils that he's been through and his generation has been through, they wouldn't change anything because they wouldn't be who they are without them, sort of thing. So yeah, he's very much he's conscious in this of who he is, but just in a different way. And yeah, sonically, I just feel like this was amazing, man, in a lot of ways. From the grime of Captain Roscoe to the drill of 018, the kind of, I guess, UK rap-ish type feel of like How Many Training Days, and I believe Luck of the Chosen as well. it shows that he's a product of Britain and he wants to show that, and in the same way that Bi British and Black British music were as well. So yeah, I really love that as well, and I just feel like, man, the spit, the some of the rhymes on here, some of the rhyme schemes, some of the flows.
Mad.
This guy he's a talented guy, man. He's a very special guy, man. Like, I will say it, like, he's the future. Ceebo is the future. His I guess what's the word? Like, his cohort, like the rappers that we heard on Bi British, the Tay Jordans, the Brooklyns, the Sai Mings, the David Armadas, that portion of the scene. Even the people that he was on the UK Rap Daily freestyle with, Prof, Armando Spence, people like that, Nat, like, they're the future. They love, first and foremost, they're barrers for the most part. They're barrers, and they have an appreciation of music, British music, and where it's travelled, where it's flowed. And I feel like we should be paying a lot of attention to those guys, because they're going to be the ones carrying the torch, not just for the music side of things, but for the lyrical side of things as well. And they are proof that the underground do have bars and continue to have bars, right? So you can, for all the Lanceys and the Fimmies, we have Ceebos and those guys as well. So yeah, man, they're not to be slept on at all. But nah, man, yeah, Blair Babies, it super exceeded my expectations, man. Super exceeded. Sure. And big shout out to Mimi as well, just for her direction on this. It was her that, as Mo said, that told Ceebo to kind of drop the Tony Blair snippet. Also, fuck Tony Blair, forever and ever. And that kind of like presentation of how we're seen, and that flip on Black on Both Sides, of like the flip of how the establishment sees us, kind of reaffirming that, they don't see us as nothing more than monsters that need to be like treated and dealt with in a certain way. And I felt like that was really sick as well. Juk, that's my shit, man. Juk is my shit. And yeah, man, I just think from top to bottom, like, he done did it, man. He done did it. Blair Babies is a work of art, man. Yeah. Even down to the actual artwork. Like, shout out to the young lady who did that as well. Beautiful piece of work as well. So yeah, man, it's fantastic.
Out of 5. Now my 3.5 is gonna make sense. Watch.
Go on then.
Me personally,
yeah,
I'm giving this a 4.
Okay.
I'm giving this a 4. And then that's why my 3.5 now makes sense. Because I think this is a better album.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't think they're on the same.
I don't think you can compare them though, because both are conceptual.
No, they're different
ways.
in terms of they're different. But what I mean in regards to like, which one I'll go back to more? Which one front to back to me is better?
So replay value makes an album better than...
No, not replay value, but replay value is one of them. Preference is just another one.
You can do.
Preference is just one. Which one do you prefer?
So you prefer this to...
But again, I'm only off... I've got to be fair to Knucks. Off Knucks, I've only got, one listen? 2 listens max. Whereas Ceebo's, I've had damn near the whole week. Do you get what I'm saying? I've had way more time with it. So it's unfair. But I think I prefer Ceebo's album. And even though you can't compare because it's 2 different types of albums, it's still both rap albums, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
I'm going to go 4.5. This is really, really good, man. Like, I'm trying to find stuff to...
Yeah,
I'm trying to find faults, but I can't. Like, I can't from start to finish. Like,
I'm not mad at it.
It's just that good, man. It is just that good. Like,
I'm gonna give it, with everything in totality, I'll give it a 4. Yeah, I'll give it a 4. There were some songs on there that I didn't like, but just, back to my earlier point round, just the full picture, the full painting, innit? Like, it's a great project, man. So it's a great project.
100%, man. Like, he almost has no right to make a project this good this early in. Like, Lamb of Not LA was great. I couldn't have expected this.
But this is kind of why I'm like...
We didn't even talk about Pentecostal Living, sorry.
This is why this is why like I get excited about like the younger rappers as well, man, because when you hear albums like this, it's like, okay, we're in safe hands. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love my rappers conscious. I love them to make statements about what's going on. I love them to reflect the times. I'm always banging on about artists reflecting the times, man. And with a project like this, he's reflecting not only like, past times, but a lot of it still applies to today.
Yeah, that's why I said it's shocking that a 23-year-old could talk about, he doesn't even know about our life growing up.
Exactly.
It's shocking that a 23-year-old could do it. But they're just living the same life. But when I'm listening to him, I'm like, Well, a kid shouldn't be telling me about how I was raised. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's...
And also, like, he's proof that conscious can be vibey too, man.
Yeah, that's a
I
fact.
think maybe there's like a stigma that, like, if somebody's like conscious in any sort of way, that it's gonna be preachy, it's gonna be boring. But nah, man, like it goes.
Yeah.
And maybe because he's not only like being conscious, maybe because he is sprinkling like hard stuff. People, I guess, don't attribute like hard stuff to being conscious in any way. But I think he's able to do that. There's bare rappers that have done that, though. Like rappers like Ice Cube, way back, they were able to marry being hard and being conscious.
Yeah,
Like we've seen people like that. Kendrick, perfect example of that. Do you know what I mean? And I think in the UK, I don't know if we really seen that, being conscious and being hard.
That's the
and,
thing.
and vibey.
That's the thing, though. That's the
You know
thing.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess conscious has a different meaning in a sort of way. So I guess the traditional meaning of like conscious rap is you're talking about like the political sides of things and maybe like that sort of arena. But I feel like there's a power in being conscious about yourself as a person. And a classic example of that would be Buzzball Summer. The fact that it's vibey, but he's very conscious of the fact of he's on this bullshit because he doesn't want to deal with his pain and his trauma. And I feel like that is a level of consciousness as well, or at least like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
self-reflecting.
as well. So yeah, it also just depends on what you mean by conscious, but to your point, yeah, 100%. But obviously we had the conversation about, you know, British rappers rapping the British flag just beyond the aesthetic and the idea of spitting the rule. Did Ceebo do this? In your opinion?
I mean, yeah, he's repping the country, innit? He's repping being like black and British, but I think he's repping it.
No, not repping it, but I'm saying like
no, not repping the flag, but he's repping being black and British. I don't really understand your question.
No, I'm saying you said in that segment, do you want, if they're gonna do that, you need to spit the real. So in that respect, do you think he did that?
Yeah, naturally.
Alright, cool.
For sure.
Cool.
For sure.
I agree.
So this is an example of what you want from people who are black and British. And are speaking to that identity.
Absolutely. This is what I want. I don't need the flag, bro. Like just talk, explain what's going on.
I agree.
Speak to it.
I agree with Peter wholeheartedly on that, man. I don't need a flag. Just tell me what's going on.
First,
I agree.
Well, he gave you that.
Yeah.
He gave you that.
Keep the flag at home.
Yeah.
Everyone, don't buy one.
Favorite tracks, boys.
Favorite tracks: Blair Babies, The Gospel, Captain Roscoe, Jook, and 018.
I've got Captain Roscoe, Buzzball, Black on Both Sides, Jook, or 18, and Blair Babies.
Captain Roscoe, Buzzball Summer, The Gospel, Jook, and Always. So,
salute.
And a big shout out to all the producers as well. As much as UK rap is in good hands, or at least the future of it, from a lyrical standpoint, musically, they got this shit on lock as well. Especially the likes of Afro Surrealist, Chef BK, Jed Soul, El Londo as well. Like, yeah, beat makers that are making big moves. So shout out to them as well.
To them all, man.
But yeah, Ceebo, you got another one, man.
Done did it.
Salute to you.
Done did it.
Salute to you. Salute to Mimi. Salute to everyone involved. And yeah, man, replay value is crazy as well. For especially for such a heavy topic as this as well. Replay value is crazy as well. So
Yeah, man.
salute to him.
Big up Mimi, man.
Big up,
Salute
man.
to Mimi, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
interesting. Nas was complaining that people didn't let him EP their tapes. Mimi got an EP.
She did.
EP the tape.
She did. But what did I say? Coming in here, I think the barrier to entry in the UK is a little bit lower.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just a childish joke.
But it also means that people who aren't necessarily musicians can come in and really spark musical ideas
That's a fact.
in unique ways.
Nah,
And that's what she's done.
Salute to Mimi, man.
Salute to her, man. And that will do it for another episode of Rhymes Like Dimes. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Boys, any shout outs before we take the people out?
Nah, man. Just big up the Most High.
I ain't got no shout outs, man. Just no shout outs. Keep Sudan in your prayers, everyone.
Yeah, man, for
Keep
sure.
Sudan
Big
in
up
your
Jamaica.
prayers, man. Jamaica,
as
Palestine.
well.
Keep it all in your prayers, man.
Of course, of course,
Keep
of
everyone
course.
in your prayers.
Yeah, no, I ain't got any shout outs either. Just,
Congo too.
yeah, Congo as
too,
well.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah, big up everybody, man. Big up everybody listening, watching. We'll be back very, very soon. So until then, take care, stay safe, stay blessed.
Stay black.
Peace.